New York University is one of the most liberal schools in America, maybe the world. But even there, at least one person is continuing to refuse to conform. And it's made life hard for him. Ironically, he is a professor of global liberal studies. His name is Michael Rechtenwald. He's suing the school and several other professors. He accuses them of launching a harassment campaign against him after he condemned political correctness on campus. That professor, Michael Rechtenwald, joins us now. Professor, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Tucker.
So tell us what you did to earn the ire of your colleagues.
Well, what I did is started an anonymous Twitter account, and I started tweeting criticisms of PC culture, social justice ideology on campus, which was really coming home to roost at NYU with the enforcement of a bias reporting hotline, safe spaces, the no platforming or shutting down of speakers like Ianopoulos and so forth. And so I started tweeting, and all hell broke loose.
So what kinds of things did you tweet? Did you threaten anyone with violence or try to prevent other people from talking?
Not at all. I merely made criticisms about what was happening, not just at NYU, but all across the country. And as you know, the semester and the year went on, I was vindicated by what took place over the year 2016-17 with as the campus craziness escalated. And, you know, you had riots by the time Berkeley happened and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I mean, I was just making critiques of an institutional ideological adoption and the mechanisms to enforce it. I mentioned no persons by name, no groups, no races, no identities at all. And I was immediately, within 2 days of an interview appearing, I was called into the dean's office, and I was told that the interview had nothing to do with my Twitter account or the publicity I was receiving, and yet immediately it went to that topic, and I was told that people were concerned about my mental well-being. So,
because you disagreed with them, you must be insane.
I must be crazy because I disagreed with them, and I was put on paid leave. Really strongly encouraged to take a paid leave of absence, to absent myself from campus immediately. And then a committee calling themselves the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Group denounced me.
Of course.
Yes. They denounced me in a doublespeak Orwellian condemnation in which they said I was guilty of for the structure of my thinking. Basically, I had the wrong kinds of thoughts.
So the inclusion committee excluded you?
They excluded me. That's why I call them the Conformity, Inequity, and Exclusion Group.
So I mean, there's so many questions here, but I can't resist asking. Did any of your colleagues secretly approach you and say, you know, you're telling some truth here?
No. Either they are true believers or they're cowed into acquiescence by the others. It's a very, very chilling effect that's going on campuses today. You can't voice disagreement with some of these policies without being called a racist, sexist, or Satan himself, as I was called.
So how can you think clearly if conformity is required?
You can't think. That's the problem. It's about curtailing different perspectives and different avenues of thought. And this is antithetical to the mission of the university. And that's exactly what I was complaining about.
Boy, if these people ever had power, I think a lot of people would die, actually. Those are authoritarian impulses. So what's your response to them now?
My response now is that after I got back from the leave, I was assailed in a series of blistering emails. I was attacked roundly for nothing. I mean, I never spoke to any of these people by name or directly at all, and they started to attack me, calling me racist, sexist, misogynist, Satan, you know, short pants white boy, fragile white male, while saying that I was a sexist. I was basically pelted with sexist and racist epithets.
You know, it's one thing to stand up and take a position that a lot of people disagree with, but to take a position against everyone you work around takes a special kind of courage, and I just admire that, and I wanted to say that to you. And good luck
in your efforts,
Professor. Thank you.